Okay, namaste everyone. So we continue our satsang, internet webinar satsang, and the question is about Kriya Yoga, and not about maybe Kriya Yoga itself, but the name, term, Kriya. What is the meaning, and how it's happened that this tradition now we call Kriya Yoga, etc. Okay, according to my information, according to what I know about the question, is that in ancient time, this set of meditation techniques, different mystics, different yogis, they could call in a different way. And first of all, Kriya Yoga meditation, it's not just certain one, particular technique. It's a bunch of techniques, and a big question, how many? Because some people may easily say 10 or 20, some people easily say 100 or 150. Anyway, it's a lot of techniques, meditation techniques based on breathing, based on concentration, and we can be sure that all that techniques are extremely ancient, because even in Bhagavad Gita we have indirect but very clear mentioning about Kriya Yoga. We have such an ancient scriptures like Vijnan Bhairav Tantra, which is absolutely clear Kriya Yoga scripture, and we have a Yoga Sutra written by sage Patanjali, which is absolutely also clear Kriya Yogic meditation book. And of course, huge discussion is when all that scriptures were written, and we may suppose 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 years back. That's the question. And of course, we have different scientific approaches to the question. But anyway, the point is that all that scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, like Vijnan Bhairav Tantra, and like Yoga Sutra, they are ancient. Even if we can't say exactly when it was written, it's ancient. That's enough for us. And of course, actually we have a much greater number of scriptures, ancient scriptures written in Sanskrit, which are speaking about Kriya Yoga meditation or just mentioning about Kriya Yoga. That's the reason why it is not somebody's fantasy that Kriya Yoga is ancient. It's a fact. And in ancient time, different traditions, they could call it in a different way. And one of them, very famous one, is the Raja Yoga. So like yoga of the kings. Why Raja? Raja means king. Why Raja Yoga? Yoga for the kings or of the kings. Because meditation is the top technique. It's a last step. Okay, you can practice whatever, but the meditation is the end. Or better to say, this is just the beginning of real spirituality. Never-ending process of self-inquiry. Whatever spiritual practice we do, mantras, hatha yoga, rituals, philosophy, devotion, learning some wisdom books like Upanishads or Adi Shankaracharya books, or modern books like written by Nisargadatta Maharaj, or dialogues with Ramana Maharshi. All that is just a foundation for your personal meditation. That's the reason why Raja Yoga, Yoga of the Kings. And another name is the Purna Yoga. Purna means complete, because meditation is complete. One more is Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, now in India and in the Western countries we have a certain school which is Ashtanga Yoga, but it's like more, the founder is Patabi Joyce, but it's like more Hatha Yoga tradition. They just took this name. 8 steps yoga, Ashtanga. It may sound simple, but sometimes like ancient traditions could use just word dhyana. Dhyana means meditation. Just dhyana. Okay, if we take 19th century sage whose name was Lahiri Baba, and who actually brought this Kriya Yoga meditation technique into the modern world from Mahavtar Babaji and other Himalayan masters. According to my information, according to what I know about it, that even Lahiri Baba could call this tradition in many different ways. Kriya Yoga, okay, Purna Yoga, Raja Yoga, just dhyana. And actually when Yogananda Paramahamsa came to the United States in 1920, he actually faced a number of problems. You know, like Westerners, they're Christians, some of them Jewish, but mostly at that time those who came to him, they came like from Protestant, Baptist and Catholic families, or Anglican. Anyway, biblical background. So it was necessary for Yogananda to transform teaching from terminology of Yoga Sutra, Tantras and Bhagavad Gita into Bible Christian, especially Christian, like gospel terminology. Another one, okay, many funny problems, funny for us, people of 21st century. Okay. At that time, beginning of 20th century, can you imagine Westerners could not sit on the floor and meditate. So it was possible only to sit on the chair, armchair, etc. Of course, Yogananda quite quickly understood that Kichari Mudra, the special position of the tongue, no, better not to mention to the people. Now we'll start with this. So like many things like that. And one of the questions was, okay, how to call this tradition? Okay, if to call it just meditation, well, then what is the difference between our meditation and the next door spiritual school? Because let us remember that actually in 1920s and 1930s in the United States and England, so we can mention a number of very famous and powerful spiritual schools, for example, Theosophical Society, or for example, Gurdjieff, or for example, disciples of Swami Vivekananda, yeah, and many other groups. And then the question, okay, what is the difference between our meditation and that kinds of meditation? Then Yogananda, he understood somehow that he must fix certain name, okay, let us say, certain title, certain label to this meditation system. And he chose Kriya Yoga. I believe he chose it because he just, okay, somehow it was some, mystical understanding and some, maybe Mahavtar Babaji, maybe somebody came into his meditation, so he understood, let it be Kriya Yoga. Actually, in Yoga Sutra written by sage Patanjali, he already mentioned this name Kriya Yoga. You know, it's a very ancient scripture, Yoga Sutra, and sage Patanjali already speaks about Kriya Yoga. But let us be honest that, you know, according to Patanjali Sutra, we can call it Ashtanga Yoga, we can call it Dhyana, we can call it many other names, many other titles we can apply.
But Raja Yoga is actually Ashtanga Yoga.
Well, Raja Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, it's all the same. Just different names for the same system. And I think it's a wonderful job done by Yogananda, actually. You know, when he just fixed a certain name, and then for the Western mind, it's like more clarity. Okay, this name, this title, this label, okay, for this system. That's interesting that for the Indians for centuries and thousands of years, there was not the question how to call it. Just go and practice. Well, and Kriya came to know from the, no, okay, it came from the root. So the Kriya as the term, as the word, it's came from the root Kri. Kri means action. So karma is came from the same root. But why action? Actually, it sounds strange because we're speaking about meditation. What kind of action? And basically, it's a movement. It's an action, if we wish, of the Shakti, divine power, in our spine. Okay, we can call it Kundalini power, Kundalini energy, but well, the action, the movement of this spiritual power, spiritual energy, that's the reason why it is Kriya. And but basically it's nothing to do with the action in a social material sense. So it's like just a meditation technique. And I think that the mantra yoga is very close to that, especially bija mantra yoga. But pure Kriya is just meditation. And what's happened in the second half of 20th century, and especially in 21st century, so many masters, many gurus, they started to call their schools, their seminars, their meditation technique Kriya Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Kriya Yoga. And for the beginners who wish to understand the Kriya Yoga, to learn Kriya Yoga, it's extremely difficult to understand where is there actually Kriya Yoga and where is just different famous gurus. They just take this label and they just use it. And well, for some people it just doesn't matter. If doesn't matter means doesn't matter. Just go to any school, learn meditation, and let them call it Kriya Yoga. But if you wish to be serious, then you have to learn. Okay, this master, he speaks about Kriya Yoga. Well, wonderful. But let us inquire. Let us ask from which source this person received God, these techniques. Who is his guru, who gave this knowledge to this person? And who was guru of his guru? Must be what we call in Sanskrit guru parampara, tradition. And then we easily may understand, okay, this is branch of real Kriya Yoga. Because now people just create their own techniques and then they say, okay, this is a Kriya Yoga. And who knows, maybe it's not bad, because anyway, when I sometimes think about it, okay, if people just go to the office, then go to the pub, okay, then one day they say, okay, let me not go to the pub after office, let me go to the meditation camp, class, seminar, workshop, And then I mean any kind of meditation better than just watch TV. You know, this is like the basic level. That's the reason why when I see people who teach, preach, you know, meditations which just created by themselves, and then because it's a science, very ancient one. But I mean, as the first step, it's better to practice any kind of unauthentic meditation than just, it's like a step from TV and pub to the any kind of meditation. Then if you're serious enough, then you start to ask questions, read books, then you can understand that, okay, I don't know how many branches of Kriya Yoga we have now, maybe 1,000, for sure not 100. And maybe half of them nothing to do with the Kriya Yoga. But some of them, they have some connection, at least. And okay, I believe that in Kriya Yoga, of course, personality of this master, master of this master, it's also important. Because the person who's like speaking about Kriya Yoga must have certain experience by himself or by herself. But anyway, your question was about just title, Kriya Yoga. And in a sense, I'm very happy that we don't have any confusion. We have, like, since the beginning of 20th century, because of Yogananda, just, okay, Kriya Yoga. But that's, I mean, that's make it much easier for us, at least as the Westerners, and of course for modern Indians as well. But it's interesting that for centuries and thousands of years, Indian yogis, they didn't worry about it. It was not important for the Indian culture. You just meditate. Who cares how to call it?